Who's that girl? What's her name? Is she cool? Is she lame? Oh, you're talking about what's her name? Pepper Ann. Where the goof troop, best of friends forever.
Why don't you mind your own f***ing business, pal?
Animaniacs knows all the facts.
Hey everyone, welcome to From Lost to Found, my internet web series where I talk about lost media that has recently been found. And today we're going to revisit a topic that I never thought I would revisit ever again. About 4 years ago, I did a video on a canceled Seinfeld episode. Now that video went out, at first it didn't do too well in views. I thought whatever, it was just going to be a video that no one really cared about. And then the unthinkable happened. The video started soaring in views to the point where it's now my most viewed video, with almost 25,000 views and counting as of the recording of this video.
That's outrageous!
Which is insane considering the video, I'll be honest, is pretty bad. I still get negative comments to this day about it. For example, I pronounced Julia Louis-Dreyfus' name wrong, and I think I just mispronounced it there too. Julia Louis-Dreyfus. There we go. This is what happens when I talk really fast sometimes, I mispronounce words. So yes, I mispronounced Julia Louis-Dreyfus' name, and I also said a quote that this makes no sense. I said something like, let's get to the meat of the potato, I think. But it is time to get to the meat of the potato. But it is time to get to the meat of the potato. But
this is the worst.
Time to get to the meat of the potato. And I'll be honest, that quote makes no fucking sense.
No shit.
So I'm just gonna quickly tell you guys why that video is the way it is. And that is because I recorded that video at like 4 in the morning on no sleep. Now the difference between that video and this video is, although yes, I am recording this at 4 in the morning, I have actually slept for a few hours before this. Actually more than a few hours, I think about 4 hours before this. So I have a lot more energy right now and I can actually do a proper video. So yes, I know that video is bad and I didn't expect it to have nearly as many views as it has. From what I gathered, it's on a big Seinfeld playlist, and that's why it's getting views. Now, I didn't put that video on that playlist, I just want to make that perfectly clear. So whoever did that, thank you very much, you did wonders for me. I still gained subscribers because of this video to this day. So thank you so much for that. Anyways, why am I talking about this video again? For views? Probably, let's be honest, I'm a fucking view hound. But no, it's because the script for the lost episode was found. Something I was not expecting, and it kind of just came out of the blue. And because the original video ended up being my most viewed video, I kind of have to cover this again, I believe. So yeah, so the script dropped. The episode is called The Gun, or it can be known as The Bet to some people, and not to be confused with The Contest. Something that I had a commenter get confused with on the old video, thing I was talking about the contest for whatever reason. That comment was just stupid. But, so yes, so I read the whole script, and I can kind of see why the episode didn't air. This was going to be a season 1 episode, and the script feels like something you would see in season 8 or 9, where the show got more kind of cartoony and kind of out there with their topics in the episodes. If you watch Seinfeld, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But the whole plot of the script is Elaine wants to buy a gun. Why does she want to buy a gun? Because her neighbor in her building was mugged, so she wants to buy it for safety. And Jerry is completely against it, thinking all guns causes violence and stuff like that. Where Elaine is like, well, you don't know what it's like to be a woman in the city, Jerry. And that's basically the whole plot line there. But then Kramer eventually walks in. He's coming back from a flight from Puerto Rico, and he brags that he had relations with the stewardess on the plane. Anyways, Elaine mentions that she wants a gun, and then Kramer's like, well, I have a stun gun you can have. And she's like, no, I want something with bullets. So they go to his apartment and look at a stun gun, but Kramer mentions they should go see Mo, who lives in Jerry's old building. And Jerry's like, no, that guy's a weirdo, I don't want to see him. But Elaine's more for it because she wants to buy a gun. So anyways, we then get to the B plot of the episode where there's a bet between George and Jerry on whether or not Kramer actually had relations with the stewardess. Jerry thinks he did, but George is like, no way. So they make a $1,000 bet, which right off the bat seems very out of character for George, in my opinion. George is like the cheapest of the cheap, so I can't see him making a $1,000 bet. Granted, he gets terrified the second this bet is made, so it kind of is in character for him, I guess. Anyways, so then it cuts to Mo's apartment, where Mo is like this kind of creep that lives in his mother's basement, an adult. What a fucking loser, am I right? I'm such a fucking loser.
What a loser.
Anyway, so Mo shows him some guns, and a couple of his friends show up, and they want to go down to 42nd Street. So that's a whole thing. But the next main scene is where Elaine, George, and Jerry go to the airport because they want to settle this bet once and for all. So they try to find the stewardess, and they wind up finding her as they're in the airport. And Elaine, I guess, goes in her purse to show her, I think, like a picture of the Kramer or something, and pulls out a gun that she has. Now, this gun is a toy gun because she chickened out of buying a real gun, but she didn't want Jerry to be right because Jerry is kind of an egotistical motherfucker. If you've ever seen the show, you know what I mean. And so as she's going through her purse, again, she pulls out the gun, and then a bunch of police swarm them, freeze, get on the ground, blah, 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 blah. And then it cuts a couple months later to Jerry's apartment, where they're all talking, and then Kramer walks in with a letter from the stewardess, who George reads the letter, and she says that she was so scared from the incident that she quit her job as a stewardess and went into sales, and then sort of hinted at that Kramer and her She hints that Kramer and her have relations, and the episode basically ends with George saying, no, this isn't evidence, this wouldn't hold up in court, and Jerry's just like, pay up, pay up.
Where's my money? Where's my money?
And that's the whole episode. So, that being a season 1 episode, because that's what it was supposed to be, I can see why they canned it. At this time, the show hasn't really established its footing too much. It hasn't gotten to its, sort of height of popularity. So at this time, they kind of want to play it safe, right? You want to not try to offend too many people. You kind of just want to make a decent comedy show in hopes that it'll pick up more ratings and more viewers and become a bigger thing. Also, this does seem like a more cartoony sort of out there plot, which is why I think if this would have came up during the season 8 or 9, this probably would have gotten greenlit. But I could see why in season 1 that they canned it. And apparently also made a lot of, the actors feel kind of uncomfortable reading it. They weren't really sure how they could make this funny, so that's why it got canned. But, yeah, the whole script is now available on the Internet Archive, and I was not expecting this to drop like this. This came out of absolutely nowhere, and it's kind of cool. I got to read the whole thing. I'll leave a link in the description for you guys if you guys want to read the script for yourself. I left out a couple of parts, but I kind of gave you guys a little synopsis right there and then. So, yeah, this is found, which is cool. I got to revisit my most popular video that unfortunately isn't that good of a video. I'll admit it, not my best work. So yeah, that's gonna do it for today, guys. If you like what you saw here, then hit the subscribe button and ring that bell. Also, comment down below and like this video, because the more engagement the videos get, the better. Anyways, I got a lot more videos to work on, guys. Like I said in my last video, I'm working on a bunch of stuff simultaneously right now, and that list is just getting bigger and bigger. So expect more videos coming soon. See you guys.